Nah, somebody got to be held accountable for this.
Yes, I believe that a man should be dominant, but I believe that a man should be proven to be dominant. I think that you prove your dominance through intellect. I believe you prove your dominance through compassion, to empathy.
Because number one, you're talking about independent women, and then you're talking about love. Families are not about love. They're about compatibility, business, moving forward, surviving.
We gonna laugh, we gonna learn, but somebody got to be held accountable. What's good? What they do? It's your boy Purple Lips. Ain't broke no more. All praise to the Most High. Welcome back to the ABN movement. All right, y'all. This part 2 to the Mysonne Marquett debate. You know what I'm saying? Quick recap. Mysonne originally supports using government's assistance strategically. Marquett argues reparations and assistance were designed to create long-term dependency. Fast forward to today's conversation. Mysonne agrees with most of Marquett's worldview, but the real friction appears when the conversation shifts to male dominance, household leadership.
With the exception that a family unit, it should not have. I mean, you said that there should be compatibility, right? Yeah. And it can't be compatibility if we have a disagreement, and because we disagree, I lose a fight and you hit me in my mouth, right? Abuse should never be. Listen to me. I listened to you. I didn't interrupt you.
I just want to say, but I never said that though. Like you're. I don't want people listening to you thinking like I said that.
Well, you agreed with the person who said it. You made a full statement. I watched the video, and a man explained his verbatim that if I say something and you say "shut up, bitch, nigga" or whatever, and I hit you in the mouth, I didn't abuse you. You lost the fight. Because you use terms that would be deemed fighting words, right? Right. You said, well, I understand that. Because you should not say things if you're not prepared to fight. And I don't agree with that mentality. I'm a man, a strong man. I am a masculine man. I don't agree that if a woman doesn't agree with me or says something that's out of line to me, that I should put my hands on her. I don't believe leading a household requires me to be physically abusive to a woman. I don't believe that showing strength or even in a relationship that compatibility, that her word should not matter in the household. I believe that I should have the final say, or we should come to agreements about how we're raising our children, how we're doing things. I think that if I'm in a relationship with a woman who respects me, that I've earned her respect, then she will yield the floor and understand that I'm the head of the household. But there are a lot of men who are not men.
Nah, I ain't gonna cap, you know what I'm saying? He's spitting facts. Like, you know, there has to be some balance to what you will say control is, or hierarchy. You know what I'm saying? It has to be a balance to it, to where it's cooperative and conducive for both. You know what I'm saying? But I ain't gonna lie, you know what I'm saying? Don't y'all think my dog lip is a little too big for that skinny mustache? You feel me? Like, my dog should probably have a thicker mustache. You know what I'm saying? Because I could tell he grows hair like that. You know what I'm saying? He purposely made it that thin. You feel me? I ain't gonna lie, my dog, his lips is too big for that skinny old mustache, dog. It did, like, when he be talking, that just be like kind of flaring over his lip. Like, I know he be biting his top lip sometime. Like, I think he be biting his lip sometime. I know it.
And they're merely males, and they only have control in their homes, right? They don't even have control in their homes. Only way they have control is because they're physically stronger than women and children. So they go into those homes and they beat.
Hey, you can't tell me this nigga ain't biting his lips, dog. You can't tell me, dog. Like, them things just, when he talks, it literally goes, it gets in the way. Oh man, let's go, man. Let's kind of rewind this back a little bit, dog, because his lips was getting in my way. This the ABN movement. If you made it this far, I appreciate y'all. Go ahead and press that like button. And if you like the video, go ahead and join the movement. We post 4 times a week. This your boy Purple Lips. Ain't broke no more. Thank you.
How we raising our children, how we doing things. I think that if I'm in a relationship with a woman who respects me, that I've earned her respect, then she will yield the floor and understand that I'm the head of the household. But there are a lot of men who are not men, they are merely males, and they only have control in their homes, right? They don't even have control in their homes. Only way they have control is because they're physically stronger than women and children. So they go into those homes and they beat and they harm women and children, and they don't produce strong men. They don't produce strong women. They don't have partners. They have people who are in fear of them. And I believe that for years, that's how a lot of our, when you have conversations with elder women, there are elder women who said, I wasn't in love, I wasn't in compassion, I was in fear. And I lived in this relationship out of fear.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, you know what I'm saying? When it seems like when my son hears the word dominance, what translates in his head is like control. Because that's what I'm hearing right now. It sounds like control or like some fear-based leadership, you know what I'm saying? Or some type of emotional suppression. You know what I'm saying? That's not what I understood from Marquett, you know what I mean, from the last video. Because, you know, family needs structure, and like the family needs some kind of final authority, some kind of direction. I think there's a misconception. Is dominance about fear or about responsibility? Hakuna Matata.
No woman or children should be in a household where they're in fear of someone who is supposed to be the head of their household. There should be a unit. So I understand what you're saying. And yes, I believe that a man should be dominant, but I believe that a man should be proven to be dominant. I think that you prove your dominance through intellect. I believe you prove your dominance through compassion, to empathy, to being able to teach, to be able to teach your children. So a woman feels like when she's around you, she's learning something, she's growing. If a woman's around you and because you are unable to teach her or able to reach her, all you can do is beat her, then you have not shown any level of any type of superiority. You are not leading a household. So when we talk about those things, and when you talk about the stats, right, and we talk about, yes, they did. The black people are the only people, they took our culture from us, right? They took all the things. They took our culture. They've taken our religion. I say this all the time. Only thing that we unite in is pain and trauma. When we see another black person in pain and trauma, we all united. Prior to that, I'm black, you foundational, you this and that. We are divided. So what I'm trying to explain to you, that's why that if we're in America and all of the resources are held by the white people, right? If all of the resources are held by the white people and we're figuring out because they understand that anything that you teach us, we outlearn them, and we've done it over and over and over. I've watched, and this is why every 100 years they disenfranchise black people, because what happens is once you teach us the game, we play it better than you. So what they do
May I respond to your earlier point since you're going on to a different point now?
I'm going into what you went into 3 different points. So
okay. I was just asking. Carry on.
To what you said. You were talking about how we're divided as a culture, how we don't have a culture, how we don't have religion. So I'm explaining to you what happened. So they know that we don't have religion. So what happens is now that we start to build our culture, we start to come back in congruency, we start to be united, and they see that united. This is right now, there's a reckoning. This is a reckoning for what Obama did. People say Obama, the president, didn't do anything individually for black. He did. What he did was inspire and motivate more black people to be professional, to be strong. They seen black people in positions of power. So black men said, I can own things. I can be the president. I can be the president of Fortune 500 company. And they began to do that. Black women did the same thing. So as they see that now.
Okay, so it gave them belief. Whoop-de-doo. You know what I'm saying? You know, I like my son's take. You know what I'm saying? My son is not bad what he's saying or anything like that. You know, dominance is proven through wisdom and not over control. It's like a household agreement, you know what I mean? A cooperative agreement or something like that. And like, and you know, that's valid. You know what I mean? He's bringing balance to the hierarchy inside the house. And that's what I'm understanding from this. You know what I'm saying? My son ideology, it may be a little destructive to families long term though. If men and women are equal in authority, who carries the blame when things all fail? Hakuna Matata.
You see the reckoning to where they trying to rewrite in America. So I understand what you're saying, but I also want you to understand that this government owes black people. They pay reparations to everybody else. So if we can't get reparations, even in the form of the real reparations that we deserve, and we can't utilize the government money to be able to build and as a foundation. A lot of black, a lot of people do. I know white people who live at their parents' house, right? And they stack up their money. They say, okay, we don't have enough money right now. We're gonna put our money and we live at our parents' house for 2 years. And what happens is, after those 2 or 3 years, after they lived off their parents, they go buy their homes and they create a foundation. So I think that if black people were taught that that's what we should be doing with the government's money, instead of trying to say, don't take no handout. No, everybody else is taking handouts and they're utilizing it and they're benefit from it and they're growing. So why shouldn't black people do the same thing?
I mean, that's a valid question, you know what I'm saying? And I think his position is very, very valid, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, male leadership in household should be led through like intellect and through compassion and through empathy. And this should be like more teaching over fear. He feels basically that dominance should be proven through wisdom, you know what I'm saying? Not control. And I feel like the word dominance may be getting in the way of things. I don't know, man. Me personally, I feel like we need structure in everything in life if we want the outcomes to look how we want it to look. But y'all let me know what y'all think in the comments of Mysonne part. You know what I'm saying? All right, but let's get into Marquett's rebuttal. Let's get it.
So that's why I used the term partner earlier. So this kind of ideology that you believe in and that you're sharing, this is the ideology that's extraordinarily destructive to the black family in particular, and all families in general across all of the racial categories, racial and
100%.
religious. Because number one, you're talking about independent women, and then you're talking about love. Families are not about love. They're about compatibility, business, moving forward, surviving and thriving. That's what it's actually about.
Amen.
And then when you talk about, some of you ask the older women, they weren't happy. They weren't in love. That's fine. Grandma had 9 kids, and it was very common that everybody's grandma and great grandma had 5 kids, 6 kids, 7 kids, 8 kids, 9 kids, 10 kids. Apparently things were doing all right. You 100%. See, what you're describing is the unruly, disobedient nature of woman in general, but particularly a woman who's traumatized, particularly a woman who's unprotected. A woman should not be leading herself. And what has happened is that they've led themselves to destruction. They think that they're thinking clearly and making good decisions, and they're not. And we can see all of the outcomes as a result. And it's shown up in all of the bad things we've been seeing happen, particularly in the black community. Now, another thing.
Nah, I ain't gonna lie. Marquett ain't lying. You know what I'm saying? He claimed, basically Marquett is saying that families exist to survive. You know what I'm saying? Passing down culture. You know what I'm saying? Love isn't about no feelings or emotions. It's about duties. You know what I'm saying? And he brings up the point about our grandmothers having, 5 to 10 kids. My grandmother personally was the 9th kid to 11 kids. You know what I'm saying? So, they understood roles and duties at the end of the day. A lot of people like to conveniently throw out, men of today aren't the way they are because of this, but they barely ever bring up, saying that women of the past, you know what I'm saying? And women of the past used to value the duty that they had to keep the foundation that they were building going. What did our ancestors understand that we forgot? Hakuna Matata.
That reeks of this white woman liberal ideology. You brought up Barack Obama, who number one is irrelevant to the conversation. Number two, he's not done a damn thing for black people. I find it offensive. Number three, as a foundational black American, he's not one of us. He doesn't have the same heritage. And number four, he did more for the LGBTQ because he actually passed legislation and went to bat on their behalf. I find him to have been a stain for black people. Did I vote for him the first time around? Absolutely, because just like most of us, I was swept away. I was swept away with seeing my image reflected at a high level. And then I realized, oh, he's not like us. He's not like us. And many of us are lost. I am the souls of black folks. Black people have the highest level of religiosity in this country right here. And that's because black people are people of spirit and rhythm. And that's all of us around the whole planet Earth. We're deeply religious, spiritual people. And if you 100%. Go to the continent of Africa, for the things that you said you're okay with, the LGBTQ stuff, there's capital punishment in many places. There's a death penalty because black people, that is against the souls of black folks. And you're a hip hop head. You may remember the time when hip hop was black, when hip hop was positive, when hip hop was political, and when hip hop embedded our culture, and you would hear 100%. People say things like no homo, or you finish battling somebody, especially in New York, and you would say, and I can't even say the word right now, That's all been ripped out of our culture by the liberal whites. What they did was they commercialized our culture. They put it on social media, they put it on Netflix, and then they told us who we are. Before, they used to observe us in our ghettos and then reflect our image in Hollywood. But now Hollywood tells us who we are and then we follow it. And that's how you get a Lil Nas X, and that's how you get Mysonne, the general, telling me he can't speak up straight like a man and say, I do not condone the abomination of a man laying down with another man, especially a black man, because that reduces our population. The black woman aborts more children than she gives birth to. Her birth rate is like 1.9. You need a birth rate of 2.1 for replacement and for growth. And we cannot have all these people, males laying with males and women laying with women and black women abort children because we are being reduced. You talk about reparations. You say the government owes.
Hold on, man. Before he get into that, because he's snapping right now, but I ain't gonna lie. You know, I wanted to pause it before, but, you know, he was saying so many good things. I didn't know where to stop it at. So, you know, hey, look, man, Marquett, man, what I'm feeling from, I love my boy leadership, because Marquett is saying that women should not be leading themselves. You know what I'm saying? You submit to a man that aligns with what you want down the line, and you are accountable for that as a woman. You know what I'm saying? But a woman under a capable man is protected, and that's a good thing. A woman over herself is just exposed, and that's a bad thing. And we're seeing the results of that clearly.
Us something. Maybe they do, but one thing I can promise you is they ain't giving you a damn thing. You ain't gonna get 40 acres, you ain't gonna get a mule. What I'm doing is I got Burton Plantation, 62 acres. We're giving out 2 acres, 30K. It's a hell of a deal, and building a cooperative community where we have farming and all of the things that you need for your children, including homeschool. But what I'm not about to do, I'm not about to wait for a government that I already know hates me. Because goddamn it, the government hates the white man too. They ain't doing a damn thing for the middle and lower class white man. That. Why in the hell would he do something for me?
Man, I appreciate him saying that, because, you know, a lot of times us black people look at the problem as they hate us, but they not for nobody but the self-benefit, government benefit. They don't care about no people in general. They don't care about people. They utilize us. Are families built to make adults happy or to preserve generations? Hakuna Matata.
So I tell you this, logic. I asked you, what's more important, short term or long term? You said long term. Dig this. If we believe that the black man in America, the black family is owed something and we want to get it, you have to get it through force, because that's how it was taken. It was taken by force. Malcolm X, one of your New York brothers, told you, you can't ask to get free, you got to take it. So if we want to be able to compete, we need population, we need education, we need religion, we need heterosexuality, we need unity, leadership, and patriarchy. The things that you're talking about, being a partner and focusing on love and not having reproduction, those are all things that destroy us. And that's what's happening right now. There will be no reparations. We have to build up our population and take the reparations by any means necessary.
Straight up.
So
I ain't gonna lie, my dog. Marquett just cooked. Hey man, y'all let me know y'all thoughts in the comments. You know what I'm saying? Marquett just ate this alive to me, you know what I'm saying? But y'all let me know y'all thoughts in the comments. You know what I'm saying? Who do y'all choose? Y'all think Marquett is winning this debate on his stance, or is Mysonne winning this debate on his stance? You know what I'm saying? Hey, here's the purple lip breakdown. Hey man, culture survives through structure, man. You know, I think everything needs structure in life. Families aren't built off feelings; they're built off structure and alignment. You know what I mean? Strong families don't ask what feels good. You know what I'm saying? When they're focused on duties, they ask what works. Hakuna Matata. Hey man, accountability before excuses. Ain't broke no more spiritually, mentally, and systematically. This the Ain't Broke No More movement. We building brick by brick. I'll see y'all in the next video. I'm out.